Hello everyone and welcome to Top 5 Wrestling Animations of the Week, Week 55. 2 days early, I know. It's the only day I can do it this week, unfortunately. We'll return to normal schedule next week hopefully, so it should be out on Wednesday next week. But this one will be out on the Monday, and I'm really sorry about that. However, if you do upload on the Tuesday or the Wednesday, you will be included next week. That's when you will be considered for. Obviously no guarantee you'll get in, it depends if you're one of the best 5 or one of the 3 most considered for an honourable mention. But without further ado, we're going to get on with it this week. It's a big week. There's a very good surprise this week, and I'll talk about that more when I get to it. But for now, let's see the honourable mentions this week first. And this week we have JCW with his haluva kick. We have WrestlingKnight with his drop kick. And we have SuplexNetwork with his Andrade vs Ricochet full match. Obviously I'll only include a small part of that here, go and check it out as always with any match. Going into the 5th place this week now, we have LMS with his chokeslam. I like that you made this a sequence out of it, you know, you kinda had the throw onto the ropes first, I like that. It was smooth throughout, but I think Eddie moved his arms too much between picks, which did create some choppiness in his arms, which looked a little bit odd. I would have liked to see the pickup pause for a second also, but other than that it had a good impact, a decent flow, but the reaction could have used a little bit more. 4th place this week we have ARW with his F5. I would have liked to see a pickup before the move rather than him already starting on the shoulders, but it was smooth, it had a decent impact, the reaction could have used a little more once again, and I think Brock should have looked a little less dead at the end. He was completely flat on his back and he very rarely looks like that in real life. I would have liked to see him kind of sit up a little bit or roll over on his shoulder or something like that, you know. But it had a decent flow, the string was quite clear however. 3rd place this week is LMS with his Van Terminator. Great camera quality on this one, really liked it. Very smooth, had very good joint movements also. I think it could have used a bit more hang time in the air. Either that or it went too fast. I couldn't tell if there just wasn't enough picks to have the hang or if it was just going too fast. The second camera angle was very creative, but I personally wasn't a fan of it since it did make it hard to see any joint movements and other stuff like that. However, I did tell you this already in personal message, so it shouldn't be a shock to you. The reaction was good, but I did find it a little bit choppy and slightly too fast. Overall, a very good job. 2nd place this week, this is the biggest one this week because it's the return of WZW with his spear and his jackhammer. So yeah, the legend returns. This was pretty smooth, it was a little bit slow but it had very good joint movements. There was the same blur thing that bugged me as it used to, but a great flow throughout and solid realism as always. I hope you can actually stick around this time. Of course what happened to you was absolutely horrible. As I've said on the forum, I love it when kids get into something creative like stop motion, but if they're going to come online and be assholes and try and ruin it for everyone else, there's just no place for it. Moving on to 1st place, it is Myqee with his shooting star press. This was really smooth, the joint movements looked super realistic to how Morrison performs it in real life. The table break looked really good, it was maybe slightly too fast, and the starting pose was a little bit odd, and the reaction was also minimal, but throughout the flow was great, and I think it's just a great job overall. And now moving over to the leaderboard. In 5th place we have JWS on 30 points. In 4th place we have WZW Animations on 40 points. 3rd place is LKS on 46 points. 2nd place is SteakTheGuy on 69 points. And now in 1st is LMS with 72 points. I'm still very excited to see the race between those two. Hopefully STG starts uploading a bit more and makes it a really head-to-head for the rest of the year. But of course, schedules come into play, he might not be able to do that, so we'll see how far ahead LMS gets and if anyone else can push themselves into the running. Don't think it'll be long before LKS or WZW is going out into the running, as long as they keep uploading, so very interesting to see. But that does it for this week guys, thank you very much for watching, welcome back WZW, so thank you very much for watching, bye bye.